Hello there Power Ranger fans, it is time for another Power Rangers Super Ninja Steel toy review with me, Admin GoldKingRanger from the GoldKingRanger team. And in this video we'll be reviewing the Power Rangers Super Ninja Steel Wave 2 action figures. Awesome. Now I need to say straight away that two of these figures were not sold in the UK and I had to get them from eBay from a guy who imported them from America, but I will come to that a bit later. But let's see what we got in this wave. We have got Fireline Armor Red Ranger, Blue Ranger and Gold Ranger. And we also have Evil Red Ranger from the Power Rangers 25th anniversary episode Dimensions in Danger. So it's the evil clone Red Ranger, which is awesome. We have also Galvan Axe, the main villain from Ninja Steel, and Brax, who's one of the other main villains from Super Ninja Steel. Okay, so what we're going to do is take a look at all the figures and take a look at their details, articulation and so on. Okay, so first of all we have Brody the Fireline Armor Red Ranger. Now the Fireline Armor was introduced to us in Power Rangers Ninja Steel when Princess Vera came to Earth and she had this awesome Fireline Armor. But then there was a strange ninja star effect which caused the Fireline Armor to be used by the other Rangers. Which is pretty cool. I love it. But if you want to learn a bit more about the Fireline Armor, you might want to check out our Power Rangers Super Ninja Steel Fireline Morpher review. But that will be in the playlist, or you can check out in the link description below. Okay, so first of all, let's take a look at the details and then the articulation. I'm only going to do the articulation for the Fireline Rangers with this figure because they're pretty much all the same articulation. But let's make a start. So first, for detailing, we have I do love the design on the Fireline armor. It looks fantastic. It's like a shinobi or shogun sort of armor. Remember the shogun armor from Power Rangers Super Samurai? This is kind of what it reminds me of, which is really cool. So you've got a really cool lion, silver lion at the top of the helmet, which is really cool, and some nice gold and some sort of red detailing. You move down, you've got some gold and some red, and we've got the shoulder armor that moves. Then the emblem for the Ninja Steel Red Ranger, which is really cool. Bit of sort of like an orangey gold. I love that. Yellow here. The ninja stars are here. We've got the now this is what I love about this figure, is you actually got the ninja star blade, but it has the element star on the sword. And it would have been cool if all the ninja swords had, instead of the element star, which I believe it's what they had, that it would have been cool if they had a different kind of star instead. But I think with this one it should have been the Fireline star, but I think it's just because it's on here, which is on the Morpher, which is just fantastic. Now obviously what I would have liked is if the Morpher had a bit more red and a bit of gold, like some painted detailing to show it's there, because I think it could be easily missed unless you know it's on the wrist. And then if we move down, we've got some silver on the legs, which is really cool, with a little shuriken symbol here, some black. If we go to the back, yeah, no paintwork. Now of course you may notice there's a hole at the back, and that's the same for all the Fireline armor figures. Well, that's because if you look on the back of the sword, there's like a peg, and what you can do is you can put your ninja sword to the back. Now there would usually be a sheath at the back which it would go into, but unfortunately it seems they didn't want to put that on the figure. It would have been cool if it was moulded onto the figure, but there you go. Now I'm just going to take the sword off so we can do our articulation. So okay, so let's do the articulation. So first we have a look at the head. It can only go left to right because of the collar. If we move the shoulders up, we can turn the arm 360 degrees. There's a shoulder joint here, so it can go up and down. And then wrist, you can turn 360 degrees. There's an elbow joint like so. And as for the legs, you can do the splits, or you can move it somewhat back, but the butt shape causes it not to move back. I mean, you can move it forward, or you can bend the leg. So you can do like a kick action. Hiya! Which is really cool. Now, I mean, I was so happy when I finally got this figure because it goes really nicely for if you put it on top of your deluxe Fire Lion Fortress Megazord, because that's what the figure is. That's meant to go on the top. As a matter of fact, if you had a favourite, you could put it on the top. Now, I do wonder why they didn't release the Yellow Ranger figure, because I'm pretty sure a yellow one was, I think a Yellow Ranger was released in America, but I don't know. No, actually there wasn't. It was only red, blue and gold. Oh well. So that's a really cool figure, and I love it, and I'm really happy to have it. Okay, so let's move on to the next figure, which is Fire Lion Armor Blue Ranger Preston. Okay, so next we have Fire Lion Armor Blue Ranger Preston. Now, I won't show the articulation for this figure because it's pretty much the same as the Red Ranger figure, but let's have a look at the detailing. So, the sword is pretty much the same, so we can move that out of the way. Now, his helmet design is pretty much the same, only a different visor, because obviously it's the Blue Ranger with the Fire Lion armor, which is actually pretty cool. It's nice to see that they did have the Fire Lion armor being used by other Rangers besides the Red Ranger, even though Red Ranger is my favourite. So, yeah, it looks really cool with all the armor. So the silver lion head and the gold. There's the Ninja Steel emblem, and then there's a blue on here. Sort of yellowy gold. It would be nice if that was gold instead, but it doesn't matter. There's a bit of missing paintwork on here, but that's just the same on all the Ranger figures. And then if we move down, it's interesting to see that this is not silver, it's blue instead. And I think that's really interesting that they did that, because I'm pretty sure in the series that this was still silver, but I would have to go back and watch it. The Morpher is still remaining on the, because they all have the same Morpher on the wrist, which is pretty cool. Again, articulation's the same with the legs and the head and the arms and the shoulder joints, like so. Yeah, unfortunately the sword's a bit bent on mine because of how it was packaged. But thankfully we won't have to deal with that anymore with all the new Hasbro stuff that's been coming out in Canada for Power Rangers Beast Morphers. Okay, so let's move on to the next figure, which is Levi the Gold Ranger in Fire Lion armor. Okay, so now we are on to figure number 3, which is Levi the Fire Lion armor Gold Ranger. Now, it's really cool to see that we've actually finally got a Gold Ranger figure in this country where it comes with his actual Rockstorm Guitar Blaster weapon, because unfortunately we only got the, literally we only ever got the Ninja Master Mode Gold Ranger, actually, we only got Gold Ranger until Super Ninja Steel, which was the first and the second wave. So we never got normal Gold Ranger and the Ninja Master Mode Gold Ranger. But, oh well, hopefully it'll turn up somewhere on eBay or something. But let's have a look at the detailing, because again, articulation is exactly the same. So first, let's have a look at the fire armor on the Gold Ranger. So, as you can see straight away, he's blue instead of black, which is really cool. The only bit of black on him is on the neck and on the chest piece. If we look on the helmet, it's still got the nice star, which is really cool. And then we've got the silver lion on the top, which is really cool. I love that. You see that? Yeah. Gold star on the visor. We move down, we've got gold on the chest and the Ninja Steel emblem. And then we've got gold on here, and then sort of a yellowy gold on here. The Morpher is now blue instead. Again, it would be nice if they painted that. Oh, Bandai, there was so much you could have done. This should have been silver. But now this is where things get a little interesting again. Instead of silver, they made it gold instead. But he's Gold Ranger, so it makes sense. We move to the back. It's a lack of paintwork. But again, you can take your Rockstorm Guitar Blaster and you can put it to the back like so. But while it's on its back, let's take a look at it, shall we? So, as you can see, it's got the Storm Power Star in Tornado or Lightning mode, so it's hard to tell. But it's really cool because it just looks like a guitar and it's a blaster or a sword. And that's what I love about this weapon. I love weapons that have multiple forms. So in this case it could be a sword or it could be a gun. Blaster more like. And then what you can do is you can put it in his hand to use it as a blaster, which is really cool. So pew, pew, pew. And also you can hold it as a sword. Can you hold it as a guitar? Sort of. That's it. And I suppose if you do it like this, you have to sort of pose him right though. If I take him out, there we go. I think, yeah, I've sort of got him, sort of, you know, got it in a guitar action thing, I guess. I think that's the best I can do with this one. Okay, oops, sorry. Well, that's all the Ranger figures for this wave. So let's now move on to the 3 villain figures, starting with Galvan Axe. Okay, so here's the first of the 3 villain figures we've got in this wave, and this is Galvan Axe. Now, Galvan Axe only appeared in Power Rangers Ninja Steel, and he was destroyed at the end of Power Rangers Ninja Steel series, and he wasn't seen at all in Power Rangers Super Ninja Steel. It was weird how they decided to release the figure in this wave and not release it during Ninja Steel, but there you go. Oh well, never mind. Well, what we're going to do is take a look at the detailing and the articulation of the figure and so on. So, let's have a look. So first of all, he comes with his weapon, which is his staff weapon, which looks very cool indeed. It's like a bladed spear, which is really cool. So I'm just going to take that out for a minute. It's bent, unfortunately, because of how it was packaged, but maybe what you could do is, maybe if you have a problem like this, you could probably put some books on top of it just to press it down, because I did that before with one of my Power Ranger samurai weapons where the fire smashing blade was very bent, so I had to do that. Now let's have a look at the articulation of the figure. So first of all, we can have a look at the head. Now, as you can see straight away, you've got some really nice paintwork. Red for the eyes, white for the teeth, and gold for gold on its face and red eyes. So he looks really evil and menacing. Some gold on the helmet because he's like a samurai ninja master samurai warrior of evil. Gold and red and white going down the armor, which is really cool. I just love the detailing on this. It looks fantastic. It may not be very greatly painted, but the detailing is there. You can just visually see it. It just looks evil and menacing. If we look on the side, he has these shoulder armor pieces which have like well, it looks like some sort of ogre on the side, as it were, and it's in a dark blue, navy blue colour. If you look to the back, again, there's a lack of paintwork, but what can you do? Now, as for articulation, you can move his head, Galvan Axe's head, you can move 360 degrees, just about. It's a bit stiff, but there you go. You can move his shoulder pieces like that to pose him. Unfortunately, you can't turn his wrists. He's got elbow joints and he's got 360 degree turn. But that's all for his arms, unfortunately. So it would be nice if he had a bit more articulation so we were able to adjust it. Now the shoulder pieces can come off because they're just attached to a ball joint like so, and they just go back on just very easily like that. They can sometimes easily pop off, but it's easy to get them back on again. So those are the arms. So the legs, you can't really move the legs forward and back too much, but you can bend his legs so you can get him to do like a kick action. So, and that's on both legs. Unfortunately, that's all for Galvan Axe. I mean, it's a real shame that they didn't give him a lot of articulation, because I would have loved to put him in some really cool poses. But there you go. But maybe you can try and put him in some cool poses yourself. But there you go. Okay, let's move on to the next figure, Brax. Okay, so we have figure number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and that is Brax from Power Rangers Super Ninja Steel. Now, Brax appeared along with Tynamon And Brax is meant to be this really powerful warrior. Now obviously when we first see him in the episode, he pretends to be weak to lower the Rangers' guard. And then he's like, whoa, he's evil, powerful and menacing. And Madonna has the hots for him. Unfortunately. Now Brax is a pretty cool figure indeed. I mean, he looks really cool. Articulation wise, really bad, I'm sorry to say. But let's have a look at the detailing first. So he's got quite a cool evil looking design. So he's red and sort of like a plasticky gold. Hand on the top. So he's like, he's all made of, like, some of him has all got hands all over him. So it looks really scary and menacing and stuff like that. He's got like a rope sort of what do you call it, a rope belt, and then a bit of a skirt and beads on it, and more hands on the leg. And if you look to the back, it's just a really cool design. So you can just tell by looking at him, he looks like a very powerful warrior. And he comes with his sword, which looks really fantastic. Now I'm going to put that in his hand, and then I'm going to show you the articulation. So his head can turn 360 degrees. So can his arms, because again, like Galvan Axe, he can't move the arms side to side, which is unfortunate. But you can move, his arms are both on a elbow joint, so you can move his arm like that. So you can get into slash with his sword and fight the Rangers that way. Now as for the legs, well, you can't really move the legs back. Unfortunately, because of the skirt, you can't really move his legs too far, but there you go. But his legs, knees rather, can bend on both sides, so there's that, which is still looking pretty cool. So again, it would have been cool if there was a bit, like Galvan Axe, I wish there was a bit more articulation for this figure, but it would have been cool if there was a bit more paintwork and a bit more articulation. Never mind. Oh well. Now let's move on to the final figure. The best till last. The evil Red Ranger from Dimensions in Danger. 25th Anniversary Special. Well, Ranger fans, here it is. The evil Red Ranger action figure you've been wanting us to review for ages. Now this evil Red Ranger figure comes from the Power Rangers 25th Anniversary episode called Dimensions in Danger. And wow, it was a fantastic episode, and what I loved was, I just loved the evil clone Rangers, which was just fantastic. It's just brilliant. But it's a bit sad to think that they only released this one figure. They didn't do, like, I would have loved to have seen, like, evil clone Dino Thunder Black, White, Pink Turbo, Blue Space Ranger, Megaforce Yellow, and Rangers like that. And again, there wasn't an evil Green Ranger figure, like, which is a shame. I would have loved to have seen an evil Green Ranger clone, but there you go. Maybe like Lost Galaxy or something. Oh well. But what we're going to do is take a look at the detailing of this figure, and then the articulation and so on. So first of all, he comes with his power sword, like so, which looks absolutely fantastic. Let me just get it on the camera. So he comes with his awesome power sword. And he also comes with his Blade Blaster. Because that's the thing about the Clone Rangers, the evil Clone Rangers. They use the exact same weapons as the original Rangers. I mean, when you look at him, I mean, the design just looks fantastic. All these spikes and Lord Draven's emblem on the buckle. But let's take a look at that. So let's take a look. So basically, this is an evil clone of the Mighty Morphin Red Ranger. Which is why I really wanted this figure. Because I wanted to have something that commemorated the 25th anniversary. So if we take a look, so you got the black spikes practically all over him. So you got some on his cuffs, some on his belt, on the shoulders, on the boots as well. And that's why I love the evil, I just love this design, it just looks so cool. So black on here, on the shoulders, and the Red Ranger Mighty Morphin helmet. Yeah, I'm sort of showing you the articulation as well. So the head can turn just slightly, just because of the shoulder pieces. If we move down, white on the chest, and then Lord Draven's emblem on the buckle. And then you've got little spikes all the way around him. like so, which is really cool. And then we've got spikes on the boot, and it's all black. And the same for the gloves as well. So then as for articulation, just like any old Ranger really, he can't do 360 degrees because of his shoulder, but he can move his arms back and forward because they're on a shoulder joint. But you can move it you can move it forward and back, obviously just so you can use the sword and the blaster, which is pretty cool. So, and then the wrist can turn 360 degrees, like so. I'm just going to take off. Sorry. That's really cool. Unfortunately, the power sword on my one is just slightly bent. It's not completely straight up. But there you go. Yeah, so the legs can move forward and sort of back because of the butt shape, unfortunately. But he can do the splits as well. And he can move his legs forward and back. And then his boots can turn 360 degrees as well. Hopefully don't do that too much because I feel like I want to screw off his leg. But there you go. So I'm just going to get him in a really cool pose. There we go. That looks fantastic. Oh, and then he falls over. There we go. That looks fantastic. I love this figure so much, and again, I wished that they did the rest of them, but hopefully Hasbro will brighten up our day and release the Lightning Collection version of this figure, and then they will do the others in like a special wave or something. But again, thank you for watching, and now it's time to wrap up and finish this review. Oh well, Power Ranger fans, that's it for this review. I really had a really great time reviewing a lot of Super Ninja Steel toys over the last year or so. I know some of these reviews have come pretty late, but I've been very busy with a lot of personal things in my life, so I do hope you understand. But I promise you guys, I will not let my personal issues interfere with my work getting content out on this channel, because I know how important it is to get these videos out for you guys, because I know these videos help you out so much. Well, again, where to buy these? Well, it's kind of difficult because the Power Ranger line is coming to an end, so you might want to try and looking in your local entertainer, maybe Smith's Toy Superstore, which is where I found most of these, or there's always eBay and Amazon and places like that. But if you ever need help finding these figures, you don't hesitate. Just send us an email, which is in the description below this video, or you can just send us a message on Facebook or Twitter, and we'll be happy to help you anytime. Okay, well, thank you very much, Ranger fans, for watching. Have a Ninja Steel-tastic day, or rather, Super Ninja Steel-tastic day. May the power protect you, and always remember to like the video, share the video, subscribe to our channel, and don't forget to hit that, and don't forget to comment below, because remember, all your feedback is very important. So Ranger fans, thank you for watching. May the power protect you, and I'll see you all next time. Bye bye.